Hey everyone, welcome to the La Simone podcast where we talk everything self-care, mind, body, and spirit. Stay tuned because the new episode is premiering now. Hello everyone. I am so happy to be back with another episode of the La Simone podcast, and today we have a topic that I believe is one that needs to be discussed more often, especially I believe amongst us as women, but overall, men and women, but and even in our communities as well. Like, we need to do better talking about this in our communities. And that topic is emotional intelligence. With emotional intelligence, I think a lot of people don't get why this is so important, especially when it comes to dealing with so many different things that we have to on a daily basis. And I think when I talk about this topic, let me break down exactly what emotional intelligence means, okay? So, emotional intelligence is the ability to manage both your own emotions and understand the emotions of people around you. Y'all know I got my notes over here. But, I am still learning the process myself. So, I'm not sitting over here acting like I am the absolute expert on this, but what I have found out is that these characteristics that I'm about to tell you all a little bit about in just a second makes it possible to execute and practice better emotional intelligence. And this is something that can help us in every aspect of our lives, whether it is personal relationships, work relationships, even organizational relationships, business partner relationships. Just having better emotional intelligence allows us to work more effectively with other people. But there are just a few I want to make sure that I pinpoint today, so I make sure to note the most important ones. So here are just some I'm going to throw out here at you for just a moment. Emotional self-awareness, emotional self-control, adaptability, achievement orientation, positive outlook, empathy, organizational awareness, conflict management, communicating clearly, be open-minded, recognize how others feel, and diffusing conflict. All of these are such great characteristics of emotional intelligence, and for some reason, they are so hard to do. Y'all, when I say that all of those things I just named, I can think of multiple situations where myself or other people that I know that are in my life have failed in regards to this. And that's okay, because we are work in progress, okay? We are work in progress. But I know you're wondering, like, okay, so this topic is cool, but honestly, come on, help us out here. La Simone, why is this important? I'm going to tell you exactly why it is important. Emotional intelligence is part of the true formula for success. That is so true. And not just that, to being most fulfilled in your life. Imagine how much better and how much easier your life would be if you are not allowing your emotions to rule you. You should be in control of your emotions. It should not be where your emotions are in control of you. It shouldn't be the other way around. And so when I say that overall practicing this can and will improve your life, I mean it. So let's dive deep into this right quick, y'all. Now, since this thing affects certain things in your life, such as your performance, your physical health, your mental health, and your relationships and your social intelligence, it is a key factor to understand how this can play into better self-care for you. Your emotions has a lot to do with your self-care. A lot of us get so indignant and upset and crazy, and we don't understand in that moment that we are allowing our emotions to get the better of us. And I'm not saying not be human. We can't walk around here all like a bunch of robots. I understand that. But what I'm saying is that by taking more control of our emotions, we can be better people and we can also have better relationships. I hope that makes sense to you all, because I firmly believe in emotional intelligence in its entirety. So listen here, sis. Listen here, Brian. I want y'all to get what I'm about to tell you all here. Don't come for me in the comments, but I do respect everyone's opinion, okay? I respect everyone's opinion. So sis, listen, you don't tell me what it is. You don't tell me why it is important. You don't tell me what it affects. So how do I get better at this? I got you. Let's talk about it. Self-management. Number 1, the ability to manage stress and stay emotionally present. You can learn to receive upsetting information without letting it override your thoughts and self-control. Managing our emotions. I know it's a lot easier said than done. But what we also have to do is practice breathing. Like when we are receiving upsetting news, nod your head, take in what they are saying, and actually listen. You know how they used to say in school, close the mouth, open the ears? Y'all, I am a powerful listener to people. And that is how I'm able to understand what message people are trying to get across to me. And a lot of things can be said that are offensive, that are wrong, that are messed up. And I must admit, in this regard, I feel like I'm pretty good because I'm not quick to say nothing. I used to be quicker to do that way back in the day. I'm talking like 10, 15 years ago. But probably more like 6 or 7 years. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. But no, I used to let people, man, y'all. But now I let people kind of walk all over me when it comes to this. Y'all just don't know. Folks been saying stuff to me, and you know what? I realize what it is. It's not that I'm letting them walk all over me. I'm letting God take care of them. Let's go to number 2, though. Self-awareness. Ooh, this is a word people don't like to hear right here. You got to be self-aware. A lot of times our emotional defects and our shortcomings comes from us not executing self-awareness. What is that? Your ability to manage core feelings such as anger, sadness, fear, and joy often depends on the quality and the consistency of your early life emotional experiences. Yeah. I just have to say this. This is why mindfulness is so important. Like, it helps to focus attention to the present moment without judgment. And this is you now, not you then. I guess what I'm really trying to say here is the moment when you are feeling the feelings that you feel. That is not probably the best moment to get across what you may want to say. If I'm angry, I need to hush and wait till I'm not angry anymore to say the things that I may want to say to my loved ones or to friends, or whether you're in a relationship or whether it's a work relationship. I'm going to be honest with you about this. I'm slow to get angry. Like, I'm slow to get angry now. I can say before I used to get upset quicker, but y'all, when I tell y'all, God has done a lot of work for me in my life, I don't take things as personable anymore because I know that people are dealing with stuff. I know people are struggling. I know the enemy uses people as puppets all the time. But more importantly, y'all, when it comes to this, and I'm going a little bit off of my agenda here as to what I want to speak on, let God deal with them. Give your emotions to God. That's one of the best pieces of advice, if not the greatest pieces of advice I could give. Let God handle your emotions. Here's another good one, though. Social awareness. Social awareness. Social awareness. It enables you to recognize and interpret the mainly non-verbal cues others are using to communicate with you. I really don't like passive aggressiveness, but there is a saying, and I've always hated this saying, when people say, read the room, and I'm like, I am too grown for that. I'm too grown for that. And I know many of y'all probably feel the same way. Like, she's being very passive aggressive. Ooh, she's over here making little remarks. Ooh, I'm talking to her and she's shrugging her shoulders and she's acting irritated. Just say, oh girl, I am feeling, oh bruh, I'm not feeling up for talking and dealing today. I say it's just been a rough day for me. Nothing personal. You're still probably gonna take it personally if you allow it to. But appreciate a person being honest with you. But that honesty, let me say this to the people who feel that they need to be honest, should be executed in a way as well that you are not allowing your emotions to get the better of you. If you got something to say, voice it, say it with love and understanding, and take the approach that I want resolve, I want resolution, I want common understanding, I want common ground. If you go into it having a drama-filled mind or persona, how do you think you're going to be perceived and received? That's something to think about. And to build this, you need to recognize the importance of mindfulness in social places. When you are having an interaction with people, you need to focus on it by itself. I do not like people who chime in on other folks' conversations if it does not pertain to them and if you're not invited into the conversation. I firmly believe that things should be dealt with between those people who are directly involved. Now, what you care to do or share once that person is no longer around, or if you just, it's your choice what to do with your own business. But what I'm saying is, if let's say it's 5 of us sitting at a table and there is a conversation happening between Mark and Jane, but see, here I am, Sarah wants to chime in between what's happening between Mark and Jane. That is not cool. Let's be aware of what situations are happening and what emotions we're feeling in that moment, and how we can execute social awareness and understanding that not every single situation calls for everyone to speak on it, okay? Also, the flow of emotions. It is give and take. I'm gonna try to say this in a very non-offensive way. You know how a lot of people can dish out emotions and stuff, but they can't take it? Like a lot of people who have anger problems or who have, just other different issues, and they cannot receive it back when a person is doing the exact same thing to them that they have done to you. And I have learned this about people. You have to be content with not always reaching resolution as well. Those are the situations you have to give to God. And so my last tip on this point, relationship management. With emotional awareness at this point, you can develop social, emotional skills that will make your relationships more effective, fruitful, and fulfilling. Try using light humor to relieve stress. Learn to see conflict as a chance to grow closer to others. Don't jump on the defense. Don't do that, y'all. People are struggling daily. And I know, listen, it's not our responsibility to take on the emotional roller coasters that people go on, and people dish it out to others without even thinking, without hesitating. And this is why I have a famous saying I say with all the people that's in my life. Be quick to listen and slow to speak. And I say this because what you may say may not be exactly what you mean in the moment. Our emotions, whether it's fear, anger, sadness, happiness, y'all, emotions can lie to us. And a really good key to understanding emotional intelligence outside of self-management, self-awareness, social awareness, relationship management, is just understanding yourself more and better. It's time to take inventory of self. And I want you all to do something for me. Take about 10 minutes, or you can just do it here in the comment section if you would like to, because I would love to just see what, everyone may feel or how they approach this, or how is it for them when it comes to having emotional intelligence. But jot down in your journal, in your phone, whatever, if you want to, 5 emotions that you know that are a struggle for you. So if you struggle when you are feeling sad, if you struggle when you are angry, if you know that you struggle when you are feeling depressed, or if you're feeling whatever the case scenario may be, jot them down, and then see on one side you write the emotion, and on the other side, and then you see, how can I work on having better emotional intelligence in this regard? If you're angry, that may mean that, okay, when I am angry, I can take 15 seconds to breathe and say, God, help me, walk me through this. If you're sad, you can mentally tell yourself, what can I do in this moment to make me happier and to not allow my sadness to affect other people? And it's all a part, and I know y'all gonna get tired of me saying this, it is all a part of this trick of the enemy, y'all. He is trying to play with our emotions because it's so easy to utilize our emotions to make us go against the very thing that we hold most dear. And that can mean many different things to other people. Faith, love, family, whatever it is. But that's it. I really hope this helped y'all. I hope that I really made sense to you all in understanding emotional intelligence a little bit better. I'm actually going to come back and do another video on this again. But I want you to understand this. It does not happen overnight. Practice and pray, and you will be okay. Emotional intelligence. Let's do better in 2024. So let's do better in 2024. And it all starts with just a little bit more self-care. Well, this has been another episode of the La Simone Podcast. Thank you for tuning in, and join us on Thursday when we discuss protecting your energy. Until then, take care of yourself, because I know I will.